Assalamu alaikum class 7th. Now I'm going to explain you the last topic of your 8th chapter, in which they have told that Elizabeth was invited to Rosings for dinner, and there they saw that Lady Catherine was very much upset and she was missing Mr. Darcy and Colonel Fitzwilliam. She said that this time Mr. Darcy left very unhappily, and he was feeling sorry to go away from her house, and she thought that he did not want to go from there, but actually Lady Catherine did not know that why Mr. Darcy was so much upset. When Elizabeth heard this, she understood that it was because she had blamed him for so many um, things, and that's why he was upset. And Elizabeth started smiling. She thought that if she did not quarrel with Mr. Darcy, she might have been presented to Lady Catherine as her future niece. And Elizabeth had different feelings about Mr. Darcy now. After reading the letter, she started liking Mr. Darcy, and she felt ashamed of her behavior. She thought that this was not good thing that she had done. Now she was frequently invited to Rosings, and there she kept on thinking about Mr. Darcy. She even when she went for a walk alone, she read the letter again and again. Her feelings started changing about the writer. Writer here means Mr. Darcy. Sometimes she felt proud of Mr. Darcy, and again she used to become angry. She also respect him now. She felt sorry for her refusal, and she wished to see him again, but then she felt shameful at her behavior, and that's why she thought that it would not be good for her to meet Mr. Darcy. Then but there was no solution of it, and she could not do anything about that. And she even thought that her mother did not even see the evil, like her mother did not know the bad things about her family, and she never tried to stop the elder sisters Kitty and Lydia from going out or doing silly things. And they kept on moving idle means lazily, and vain useless, with the officers in Meriton. And but her family did not stop them. She started saying all the bad things that her family had, and all that Mr. Darcy used to say. She said that Mr. Bingley loved Jane, but actually it was true that Jane did not pay attention to Mr. Bingley, and that thing was mentioned by Charlotte also to her, but she did not pay attention to all these things. So it was Jane's duty to show Mr. Bingley that she also liked him. The last evening she spent at Rosings, and when they were leaving, Ladyship wished them good journey and politely invited them to Hunsford next year. On Saturday morning, when Elizabeth left after breakfast, Mr. Collins very gratefully thanked them for coming, and he said that they used to live a simple and plain life, but because she came to their house, that's why they enjoyed a lot. And she was and he thought that she would be very happy while spending all those days. And now Mr. Collins actually wanted Elizabeth to praise him and Rosings as well, but Elizabeth praised a lot. Even then it was not enough for Mr. Collins. He wanted Elizabeth to give a lot of admiration, and that's why he kept on talking about the dinners and Lady Catherine and everything. And he said that it was a extraordinary advantage to them that Lady Catherine used to invite his guests and give them so much honor, and also dinner. He said that Lady Catherine was not only friendly and good with him, but also with his wife. And he had got a lot of happiness in the marriage with Charlotte. He said that Charlotte seemed to have been designed for him. At that time, he tried to show Elizabeth that he was enjoying with Charlotte very much, but Elizabeth knew very well that Charlotte was poor person, because it was very miserable to live with Mr. Collins, and he was a very disagreeable man. But she kept on thinking about Charlotte and Rosings quietly. Elizabeth was very much upset to hear so much admiration about Rosings. And at that time, carriage arrived, and she said goodbye to the whole family and left from there. Now she was going to Jane, and she wanted to stay for some time with her. Jane, when she went there, she saw that Jane looked well, but luckily there was a little opportunity for private conversation. Like, she did not get a lot of time for talking with Jane, and so Elizabeth decided that she would talk to Jane when they would go back to Longbourn. She wanted to tell about the whole letter to Jane and about what had happened between between her and Mr. Darcy, and also she wanted to tell about the proposal of Mr. Darcy. And for that, she decided to wait for some time, and then she would tell everything after reaching home. Now it's the full chapter that I have explained you. That is eighth chapter. Out of this chapter, I have given you short question answers, long question answers, summary, character sketch, reference, words you should know, all those things which we used to do in the class. Please attempt them carefully, and also learn them. After learning the first eighth chapter, your chapter will be completed.